Alrighty, hello everybody, Skyrain here again, back with some Diablo Immortal update news. We have a patch coming up very soon. I think it's on the 8th, which kind of came out of the blue. I wasn't really expecting it. I was more focused on a little timer we got in the top corner for the daylight savings adjustment that's supposed to take place, and it looks like it says 1 day, but I think it's going to coincide with the patch as well, so they're just going to do two birds with one stone. But anyway, so with this update, if you haven't seen it already, I figured I'd go over it really quickly, or try to. I say really quickly, and then it ends up I ramble on a little too long. So anyway, let me see here. What do we got that's good? Okay. Event coming up, Harvest Bounty Holiday Event. Tankard with Glee. Oh, sure. November 17th through December 1st. 3 a.m. server time. Turning events. We have the usual all clans on deck thing. Wild Brawl. What was that one again? The Wild Brawl. Players start at level 1. Oh, it's the Wild Brawl is oh, the term is eluding me right now. Oh. Yeah. Wow. I can't even think of the word right now for it. Battle some anyway. Yeah, I can't think. I'll come back to it. I can't believe I can't think of that right now. It's just like I got so much else in my mind right now. It's great. Anyway, Hungry Moon comes back. Maybe I'll remember it as we keep going. Feature updates. The biggest things here, the most important things actually. Feature updates. We have auxiliary gem inlays. I'm gonna try to break this down from what I can kind of grasp of this. It's a little convoluted, I think, in how they're explaining it here. So basically, down here, gem power transfer. Legendary gem feature allows players to utilize the gem power of 5-star legendary gems they have stopped using without losing them. And it's got 3 features: extraction, infusion, and transfer. 1 5-star legendary of any star rating, legendary gems of least or rank 2 can be extracted, infused, or transferred. Note that these actions will not change the quality or rank of the gem involved. So let's see. Extraction. This option removes the gem power from a legendary gem, rendering it dormant and depositing the gem power into your inventory. A dormant gem cannot be upgraded, nor can it be socketed into equipment. It can, however, be used as an auxiliary gem. If the gem was unbound or bound, the subsequent gem power will follow suit. See, this is, the wording is a little, like I said, it's a little convoluted, it's a little much. Basically, you can, this is with the legendary, the 5-star legendary gems. Whatever you have, 2 to all the way up to a 5-star. This is it only applies to these. Basically, it's so that you can swap abilities out. So say you have a Blood-Soaked Jade, for example. Let me, for a second. So say, where's my Blood-Soaked Jade? Here it is. My Blood-Soaked Jade's only a 2-star, so it, it's whatever. It's 4, rank 4. So, well, so say, well, actually no, let's pick something else. It has to, well, not even a Seeping Bile. I only have 3 5-star gems on my character right now. Starfire. Definitely won't want to change this one, but in the instance that I might, for, let's see, if I would take, say, like one of my, let's see, my Starfire is what again? It's a 3-star. Okay, so it would keep the resonance of 320. It would keep the combat rating of 78. It's actually sadly low. I haven't looked at these numbers in a while. That's kind of disappointing. The combat rating anyway. The resonance is whatever. And So it would keep all of that. However, if you would infuse another gem, I think infusion is it? Yeah, infusion. Or is it transfer? No, it's infusion. You would take one of these other legendary gems, like say my Chip and Stone Flesh that I have in here, or even the Gloom Cask. You can put that into the in this case, the Starfire Shard. And this ability of the Gloom Cask, your primary attack right here, this part right here, primary attack unleashes aspect. This would replace the effects of the Starfire Shard in here. But in this case, why the hell would you want to do that? But yeah, so it would replace it. However, whatever rank it currently is when you put it in is the amount of damage it will do. So you cannot scale it up. It will only work at whatever level that you put it in as. Like even this one, my Stone Flesh rank 2. It would go in as a rank 2. It would go in with these properties here. But I would keep the resonance given to me, by the way, the resonance given to me by my Starfire Shard. So, yeah. The first two lines basically. Resonance and combat rating is all you keep when you do the infusion of another legendary gem into it. But you cannot say this will not turn into a rank 4 that my Starfire Shard is. When you do that, you only get whatever you have it upgraded to. So it's I don't know. In some cases, you know, honestly the 5-star legendaries, there's a couple that basically have next to almost useless abilities anymore. So I can see that being kind of worth it if you already have those built up. But if you don't, it's kind of a pass. Like even this one, I got a Void Spark, but it's a rank 1. So, oh sure, I'll be able to put in place of one of my other 3 that I have on me. But that's it. In my case, I only have 3 to play around with. And this one doesn't affect, you know, Poison, not changing that one. Blood-Soaked Jade, not changing that one because I'll lose some movement speed. Some serious amount of movement speed, actually. And a few other things as well. And of course, with the Starfire Shard, the way it procs and the damage it does on its own outright is just pretty stupid for it being a passive gem. And I would not want to change that one either. So in my case, I'm probably going to pass on this, unfortunately. However, if I had, like, I don't know, something else in here, I don't have a lot to choose from. I even have a Frozen Heart. So it helps you, it gives you an opportunity to like mix and match and, you know, test out some other 5-star abilities without taking the reso and combat rating hit. So that's the only upside, really. The only upside. All right, let's go back to looking at here. All right, what else? Hopefully that explained it well enough. Transfer, like infusion transfer, is about getting gem power back into a dormant legendary gem, returning it to full functionality. So basically, you can actually pull some gem power, like even out of these ones that I have in my inventory, I might be able to pull some gem power out of and put into some of my current ones. So that might take some tweaking, that might have to take some actual hands-on testing, but that may or may not be worth it. I have to wait and see. Let's see. Field of view increase. This one is pretty huge. This one's actually pretty huge. It's going to be definitely, I think, most used. It gives more of a top-down view like Diablo 4. And I see this being way better implemented and taken advantage of in Battlegrounds. It's going to definitely put things into a much more larger scope. So I'm happy, and I can't wait to actually test that out and attempt to use it. So I will definitely try to make use of that in Battlegrounds for sure. Okay, class balancing, or imbalance as I like to call it, because that's what it is every time. Certain classes that always get the here. I'll just go ahead and I probably will try to link put this link to the news in the description panel if you want to read it yourselves, but I'm just going to kind of go over this really quickly. Mostly, obviously, I'm interested in wizard stuff. I kind of have to keep an eye on the other ones to a certain extent. And in this case, like with Blood Knight, as we all know, those of us who have been in the game for a while, since they introduced that, I'll say it, the made-up class that has no other existence in Diablo lore anywhere. I'm very curious to see what new class they're going to add to Diablo 4 as well. There's a new class, they said it's completely new. I will laugh like no tomorrow if they go and put Blood Knight into Diablo 4, because they'll be like, never been seen before, and it's like, right, yeah, tell us another lie. But anyway, but yeah, let me see here. Which one really stands out for Blood Knight? Probably going to be a problem again to have to contend with. Oh no. Life and blood damage reduced by 10%. Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't notice that. That's kind of a nerf, isn't it? Siphon blood damage reduced by 10%. Okay. Well, they actually did some things. Umbral Lance, maximum charges. Okay. Umbral Lance, cooldown reduced. Okay, that kind of sucks. Oh, I thought I saw something on here that was like a buff for them again. I forget which one it is. If you see it, obviously you'll know. Let me know if there's any Blood Knight players out there that are happy to see some changes being made here, because I think something in here actually is a buff again. But anyway, let's just go scroll down, and like I said, I will post probably this news link in the description so you can read it whenever. It's a lot easier. I'm just going to try to give my, obviously, point of view on this. I did see, I think, something for Necro that's kind of course, those get favored to the moon. Honestly, I didn't really look at these until recently myself. So. I'm not going to worry about it too much. All right, let's get down. Let's get down to the brass tacks here with Wizard. The usual bit. Wizard, the entire time in this game, has its, the whales can make the most use of it, of course. They're whales, how it is in a mobile game. However, in general, as far as the class balance goes, they always get like a slight buff sometimes, and not all the time, most times not, and most times there's always a nerf. So in this case, they decided to focus on Black Hole, which it has its uses, but apparently it didn't have its uses enough for the devs, so they're like, oh yeah, we wanna change some things. So Black Hole cooldown, the general skill, is reduced from 20 to 18 seconds, so we get a 2-second buff. Alright, and then Devouring Void, I think that's the one. I'm gonna put this in the background. I gotta see what that is. Exactly. Devouring Void. Oh, I can't. I'm not at a. Never mind. I think that's the one that just absorbs either projectiles or makes enemies weaker on use. Chaos Rupture. I haven't, like I said, I haven't used Black Hole in a long time myself. I used to at the very, very early beginning. I used the one that would be a large radius and it would push enemies away from you, keep their distance, and it would give them the loss of control. Used to use that one. Kind of miss it sometimes, but anyway. Here's the real kicker. Chaos Rupture. Looks like a lot of fun. Explosion Delay. This is the one that you cast and it would usually explode after 2 seconds. They changed that now from 2 to 1.5 seconds, which, you know, half a second, things do add up. They also gave you an extra charge for it, so you got 2 charges of it to use. And probably, I'm curious to see how back-to-back casting, how fast that's going to be once this patch goes live. Let's see, Black Hole cooldown reduced from 12 to 6 seconds, cut in half on the cooldown. That's crazy. So that's already, I got some ideas. I threw together a build based off of this patch note, and I'm going to show here in a second. I'm kind of looking forward to trying it out, just to see what I can do from, you know, obviously a free-to-play standpoint. And here comes, let's see, okay, Black Hole's cooldown reduced. Okay, Black Hole no longer knocks back and stuns, so there's a slight nerf in favor of the other adjustments they buffed. So you get one, but we take away something else. That's how it's always gone with Wizard in this game. They just kind of, I don't know, it's like they're throwing darts and seeing which ones stick and then which ones hit the wall, basically. Or they're throwing darts blindfolded sometimes. That's how bad it feels with how they do class balancing. Not just in this game, but how they handled Diablo 4. That was atrocious when they did that one patch right before Season 1. Absolutely atrocious. And that's when I stopped playing it for now. I actually uninstalled it. I was enjoying it from the very early on going up until that patch. And then they just kind of, I was like, nope, you guys don't know what you're doing. You haven't for a while. So until you show otherwise, you know, they did the same thing with Diablo 3. It's, I don't know. The dev teams, I could get into a whole tangent, and that's for another video. Anyway, let's get back to this. Crust Claw, here we go. Yeah, now we're going to get into the... Now we're going to get into where it gets bad. Crust Claw is the shoulder piece. Damage reduction against continual damage effects has been decreased. And it's based on how high of a rank you have into your upgrades. So if you're level 4, which I'm maxed out to all my legendaries, I would have... It used to be continual damage effects have been decreased. And it was from, it used to be, currently right now is 58% reduction from continual effects. That's pretty big. Now they're changing it, in my case, from 58 to 45%. So a 13% drop in effectiveness. So there's another nerf, but it's whatever, and just something we always have to continue to deal with and push on, because that's the name of the game with how they handle Wizard. Silver Lining is a headpiece. Single direct hit from Black Hole now increases damage you deal by 15%. Multiple hits are no longer required, so this one gets a buff. This one gets a buff. The Essence Mastery increases the damage bonus of Black Hole up to 28.5%. It used to be, currently right now, the Essence Mastery for that helmet is 19%, but it initially would have taken you 2 seconds to get that damage all the way up to that 19%. But now they removed it, so now it's on instant hit, obviously, and now it went up from 19 to 28.5%. Pretty significant. However, it's a headpiece. That's a very contested spot for Essence use. Very contested. There's a lot better ones, I think, to be used other than that one in that place. And finally, the Sprite Spark is the chest piece that would turn you into moving ball of energy. And now it says this is getting a buff. Skills and primary attacks can now be used during the living lightning created by this Nova ability. So we're going to go ahead and show you all that now. Let me go ahead and close this down, or out of the way. All right. Now, it's not going to have the full effect until the patch goes live, but this is the build that I kind of... That might be it. Wait a minute, no, there's no... where did I put it? There it is. I think it's this one. Yeah, because it's got Black Hole in it and Lightning Nova. Sprite Spark, yep. This is the one, I think. Is it? Oh yeah, that's right. I did throw the Lightning Nova cooldown on just to see if it would help at all. So yeah, this is the one I kind of threw together. All right. So what I did with this one, it won't be worth really messing around with until the patch goes live, but I already put together a build. I finally got the helmet, the new helmet piece. Finally. It has some impressive moments, but there's also... I'm still kind of... I was happy to finally get the last one I needed. I was also happy to test it out. There are some pluses and minuses, but it has its uses in certain combinations, but it's still kind of finicky for me. So, but it definitely is pretty good, and it's situational. It's very situational. All right, but we want to be mobile, so that's the whole idea of this one. Basically, with the new change to the Black Hole, the Chaos Rupture, when they explode, basically it's going to be using the Sprite Spark ability to... Here. Like that. And then I also have the lightning cooldown reduction on, so I can do it fairly frequently enough. 2-second cooldown. However, I might change that piece out for another one. And then, of course, the Black Hole. That's going to be reduced to 1.5 seconds instead of 2 before it explodes. And you get 2 charges in the patch. Right now we only have 1. But this kind of looks like a little bit of fun just to kind of go, hey, and... Well, I can't... That's right, I can't cast my skills yet in that form. However, it's like, oh, get in, get out, drop some bombs literally on idols or, you know, what have you. Get in, get out with it. You still can be CC'd in it. You can still be attacked in it. You're not invulnerable. Unlike, say, Wraith form, which they may argue, Necros, that there's a 2 second. There's only 2 seconds. Still, you're invulnerable. Same with Blood Knight. They reduced the time of invulnerability on Blood Knight as well, thank God. But same thing applies to those 2 classes. They get a lot of invulnerability maneuvers that have a very short cooldown. This one, oh, I gotta put ice armor on. I forgot. But no, the lightning one, you are not invulnerable. You can still be attacked. So it's, you know, take it for what it is. And then I put Arcane Torrent on. So come patch day, I'm gonna try this out and see if this is any good. I'm so used to having teleport, and teleport is very, very useful in all things. If I get CC'd, obviously I won't have a teleport to escape or try to use, but it is what it is. But anyway, I've already rambled on long enough in this one, longer than I planned on, of course, like I said at the start of the video. Hopefully that will cover the news for you guys. I will, like I said, post a link of the actual news site directly from Blizzard in the description, and you can read at your leisure. But I wanted to, of course, give my my perspective and take on it from a free-to-play Wizard standpoint. So far, it's I don't know. Like I said, again, a quick recap. The gems, the gem infusion, transfusion, all that kind of stuff, extraction, seems cool. Gives you a little bit more wiggle room to try out some of the new, well, not the new, but to try out, well, even the new ones. When if there's a new 5-star legendary gem released, you can throw one of those in real quick and see if you like the effects. But that's all it changes is the effects. It doesn't change the resonance that you have, which is good. and the combat rating that you have currently equipped, but it doesn't give you any more ranks of the one you put in. You have to still level those up the hard way to make them be more effective in their effects. But anyway, so that's the legendary gems again, and the class balances always a hit or miss. It's going to be some growing pains with all of us when they go and release them, as per usual. And as per usual, there will be the whales will probably find whatever works best to exploit, and then everybody will jump the bandwagon again to certain classes that have whatever the best combination is. How it always goes. I just wish they would do the class balances a bit more frequently than not. This one, however, I have to admit, came pretty quick compared to the last adjustment. However, the last adjustment was slight, and it made a couple tiny, small, minute nerfs to Blood Knight Necro, but now it seems like they're going back the other direction, like, oh, we couldn't have that for very long. Oh, how dare we touch our precious Blood Knight and Necros? We got to fix this again. Quick, rebuff them. So that's my take on it. That's my feelings on it. Same as always, like I said with Wizard, it's here you go. Here's something really cool, but we're also going to take this out from under you. Kind of snide-like. But anyway, I'm done rambling, obviously. Thank you for hanging in there the entire time if you listened all the way to the end. Of course, do the YouTube things, as I try to say down below. But I'm going to say here, share, comment, like, subscribe. Let me know what your thoughts and feelings are on this patch coming up. And then, like I said, a day or so, just over a day or two, we'll be able to experience it live. And I want to try this new build I put together out just to see if it's going to be fun, for one. Mostly fun. Always fun. And then somewhat viable even for a free-to-play squish like me to try to implement. We'll see. But anyway, take care, everybody. Until the next time, have a good one.